This year, just like every year, all signs point to a harsh and unforgiving winter ahead. The biting cold, icy winds, and heavy snowfall seem poised to dominate the season. Now more than ever, it's crucial to take the right precautions to protect yourself and your loved ones. Bundle up in your warmest clothes, layer up to lock in the heat, and make sure to stock up on essentials for those days when venturing out simply isn't worth the risk. If you don't have to go outside, stay cozy and safe indoors, and let's weather this winter together with care and preparation. In today's video, we're diving into the upcoming weather pattern, which looks vastly different from what we've been dealing with throughout most of December and nearly all of January. Big changes are on the way. I expect significantly more activity in terms of storminess, which could include severe weather, heavy rainfall, snowfall, and even ice storms. All of this is expected very soon. Before we dive in, I want to mention that I'm currently uploading my vlog, which I've been hinting at for weeks. It features multiple snow events, and I'm so excited about it. Honestly, I got embarrassingly excited during some parts. You can check it out by clicking the link in the top right corner of your screen. Even if you're not typically into that kind of content but enjoy this channel, it would mean a lot to me if you gave it a chance, left a like, or dropped a comment. It's a passion project of mine, and I'm trying to grow that channel. If you're not interested, that's totally fine. But the vlog features two significant snowfall events, including some of the heaviest snowfall I've ever seen. It's super cool, and more vlogs are on the way. Now let's dive into the forecast. As you can see, we have warmer temperatures expected along the eastern states and colder temperatures in the west for the 6 to 10 day outlook, running from January 31st through February 4th. This flow is due to diving cold air in the west, which we call a negative PNA. This pattern forces warmth up the eastern states, and the jet stream often resembles this setup during that period. If this sounds familiar, it's because nearly all of the past 3 winters have been influenced by this type of pattern. What makes it unique now is that we haven't seen this pattern at all during December or January. It has been brutally cold until now, so this is a huge shift. Looking at precipitation for January 31st through February 4th, we see above normal activity from coast to coast, except for the Southwest. Many areas of the United States desperately need this kind of weather activity. For the 8 to 14 day outlook, February 2nd to 8th, we see a continuation of this pattern with a southeast ridge in place. Cold air will shift toward the central states and the west. During this time frame, the jet stream will likely move up and around, leading to storm systems riding along its path. This setup could bring significant snowfall opportunities to certain areas, so keep an eye on early February for these events. Precipitation for this period also looks above average across much of the country. The 3 to 4 week outlook, February 8th to 21st, suggests we might ride out the final weeks of winter with similar patterns. Colder temperatures in the northwest and north central states, while the southwest, southeast, and east coast remain warmer. This is a much different scenario compared to recent weeks. Precipitation chances also remain above normal in many areas. Since we don't expect a purely warm pattern, a revolving door of cold and warm conditions is likely. If precipitation aligns with the cold air, we could see continued snowfall chances. I've noticed comments on previous videos suggesting that winter is over, but that's not what I mean at all. While the extreme cold may be easing, this actually increases your chances of snowfall in the northern regions. Extreme cold often forces the jet stream south, leading to drier conditions up north. With this shift, snow opportunities improve. For February 8th to 21st, precipitation looks above normal for much of the Northwest and Northern Rockies, with slightly drier conditions in the southern states. Over the past 20 days, temperatures have been incredibly frigid across much of the northern U.S., leaving these areas unusually dry. Storms have been tracking along the deep south, bringing snow to areas like the Gulf Coast and Southeast. Seeing widespread temperatures 10 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit below average over a 20-day period is remarkable. Now let's look at the model guidance, starting with the European model. First, I want to remind you that my vlog link is also in the description and pinned comment below in case the link in the top right corner didn't work for you. This afternoon looks relatively quiet with some snow showers across the Central Rockies and Sierra Nevada mountains and rainfall in Southern California. Great news for the fire situation there. Tonight and into tomorrow morning, we could also see showers and thunderstorms in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi. On Monday, we'll see more showers and thunderstorms along the Southeast corridor. Continued precipitation in Southern California and mixed rain and snow in portions of Southern Nevada and Western Arizona. By Tuesday, conditions remain similar with spotty precipitation. The biggest snowstorm threat over the next 4 to 5 days looks to be a clipper system moving down from Canada into the Great Lakes along the northern jet stream. The system is expected to swing slightly southward, bringing a potential snowfall risk for the Northeast. This could impact areas such as the Great Lakes, parts of the Mid-Atlantic, and the Northeast. By Wednesday, January 29th, snowfall may occur across these regions, including the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast. While this may not become the biggest snowstorm, it is still noteworthy. A brief cold push is anticipated around January 29th to 30th, but temperatures are expected to warm again by the 31st. Meanwhile, we're monitoring a couple of stronger storm systems. One system near Texas will bring snowfall to the western side, while severe weather could affect Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas to the east of the low-pressure system. Another low-pressure system is forming off the Pacific Northwest, expected to bring rainfall and snowfall depending on elevation. By Saturday, February 1st, significant precipitation is expected in the west, impacting the Cascades, Rockies, and Sierra Nevada, along with the valleys in between. Activity will also increase in the plains, particularly Kansas and Nebraska, with widespread impacts across the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and Deep South. Thunderstorms or even severe weather could affect Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, and parts of Illinois and Indiana. The jet stream will push northward, creating warm and humid conditions ahead of the cold front. Cooler air diving underneath the front could lead to instability, increasing the risk of severe weather along the front line. By Sunday, February 2nd, a low-pressure system near the Great Lakes will extend a cold front into the eastern U.S. The Southeast, Deep South, and Mid-Atlantic may experience showers and thunderstorms, especially further south. Snowfall is expected to continue in the Rockies and Cascades, helping to make up for the lack of snow earlier this winter. Wintry precipitation may also occur near the Canadian border in the Midwest and Northeast. Moving to Monday, February 3rd, showers and thunderstorms will persist across the Southeast, while snowfall continues in the Rockies, Cascades, and Northern Plains. The eastern seaboard will remain the warmest region. On Tuesday, February 4th, snow showers and neutral to cold temperatures will affect the northern U.S., with significant activity stretching from California through Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, and Nebraska. Strong winds and widespread precipitation in these areas suggest increased instability. By Wednesday, February 5th, a strong low-pressure system over Colorado could lead to a massive snow event for the Rockies, Northern Plains, and Upper Midwest. With ice forming between warmer and colder air masses, severe weather is a concern in areas south of the warm front and ahead of the cold front, including Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, and Illinois. As Arctic air dives in behind the system and warm, humid air rises ahead of it, conditions become ideal for severe weather. By Thursday, February 6th, the system intensifies over Iowa, bringing heavy snowfall to Nebraska, Minnesota, and the Dakotas. Areas along the warm front may experience mixed precipitation before transitioning to rain as the warm air moves northward. A cold front beneath the warm front could trigger severe weather due to the rising warm, humid air and cold, dry air swinging underneath and behind it. This setup places the Ohio Valley, Deep South, and Southern Plains at risk for severe weather. Additionally, another storm system is expected to move onshore in the west, bringing snowfall to Oregon, California, and Nevada. By Friday, February 7th, the system will continue to produce thunderstorms, showers, and potential severe weather across the plains and Deep South. Snowfall is expected in the Sierra Nevada, Cascades, and Rockies, creating widespread impacts. I have an update on what's coming down the road weather-wise. I'm monitoring a couple of areas with potential active weather. There's one minor storm system that could move through early next week, and about a week from now, a more potent system could develop. This larger system has the potential to bring snow, ice, and possibly severe weather as we round out January. As we shift focus toward February, there are signs of a seesaw pattern emerging. It looks like we could start the month warm, but then colder and snowier conditions may return to the east later on. For those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Gerald, and I'm a meteorology major at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. If you haven't already, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. That's the best way to stay up to date on the latest weather developments. While things may be quieter now compared to earlier this month, as we move further into February, the activity looks like it will ramp up. Of course, this is still a couple of weeks out, but it's something to watch. We'll talk about it more in today's video. Now, let's dive into the data. Feel free to comment below and let me know where you're watching from. I also want to thank everyone for tuning in during these quieter periods. Lastly, I want to mention this video is coming out later than usual. I decided to sleep in for the first time in months, and I feel so much more rejuvenated and energized. Hopefully, you can bear with me on this one late video. Taking a break every now and then is always a good idea. Let's take a look at the jet stream map from the European model. This overnight run highlights ridges, troughs, and areas of storminess over the next 10 to 15 days. Here are a few key features. About a week from now, there's a significant ridge in the east and a trough out west. This setup signals a strong storm system capable of producing heavy snow, ice, and severe weather. A large dome of heat will build over the east around the same time, which could help spark severe weather ahead of the storm system. Looking further ahead into February, there are signs the pattern may shift again. While we could start February warm, there's potential for a trough to move eastward, bringing colder and snowier weather to the east around the second week of the month. Western U.S. update. In the West, the current weather setup is quite different from the conditions that fueled recent wildfires. This is good news for those in affected areas as cleanup continues through Sunday afternoon. Expect rain and cloudy skies with mountain snow persisting. By Monday afternoon, scattered showers and snow will continue, particularly in the Rockies. As we move into Tuesday, the weather quiets down, although lingering snow showers remain possible around the Four Corners region. Eastern U.S. update moving east. The active weather pattern continues with an upper-level trough in Canada, increasing snow chances in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Here's a breakdown. Saturday afternoon, snow is already moving through parts of the Midwest, while the east remains mostly quiet, though still cold. Sunday, high pressure in the southeast will begin to draw warmer air from the Gulf, gradually increasing temperatures in the plains. Meanwhile, snow chances increase in Michigan and parts of New England. Light snow or flurries may develop in northern Tennessee, Kentucky, and even the mountains of North Carolina by Sunday afternoon. Monday into Tuesday, a stronger system develops, bringing rain to the southeast and snow to the interior northeast. Areas like the Tug Hill Plateau, Adirondacks, and western Pennsylvania could see significant snowfall. Some heavy snow is possible in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine as well. However, areas closer to the I-95 corridor will likely see little to no snow. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for my next update. I'll keep you protected before and after the storm.